Okay, that was funny. Speaking of social animals, my mom just called me. We're going over to see my mom for Thanksgiving. The family is. This is neat. I can tell if it's level. So groups are important, right? Associations are important. Working together is important. Noticing injustice is important, right? And one way to do that is to look, at group identifiers. But none of that stands against the logic, the good, sound logic, that the most important level of analysis of humanity is at the individual level. When we lose that, we very quickly move to the propensity to dehumanize others. The way that terrible things happen in terms of murder and genocide and so forth is that a person doesn't recognize that other people are individuals, right? As soon as I de-individualize another person and merely see them as a member of a group, then I can justify ill behavior towards that other person. It's a profound realization, but it's in a sense the defense of the belief in the immortal soul, right? I happen to believe that I have an immortal soul, that there is a part of me that is sacred and divine, okay? And the reason why that's a useful idea, one of the reasons why that's a useful idea, is that if I believe that there is a part of me that is sanctified and divine and everlasting, then therefore there also is the same in you. You see? My divinity is not mine. It's bestowed upon me by a divine creator, right? That's part of the deal. The reason why that's so profoundly important to civilization functioning is that it removes the possibility for out-group prejudice. If a person believes that they have a soul and they're not a psychopath, they then therefore believe that everybody else also has a soul. And you might even extend it to animals and plants or what have you, right? Well, if you really do believe that, then it would stand to reason that hurting or malevolence, acted upon another immortal soul is an existential evil, and that's something to be, attempted to stop, right? In one's own behavior. So I found this to be an extremely seminal, foundational debate to have. I think that you're an individual, period. Everything else is noise on top of the signal of the fact that you are an individual. You are answerable for your conduct and you are answerable to your conscience. When we try to put group affiliation, group identity, characteristics, immutable characteristics of our identity before the fact that we're an individual, we run into trouble. There's one other quote that I want to leave you with, because this video is already getting longer than I wanted it to. Evil can be defined as that which thinks it is absolutely good. Good is that which recognizes that it makes mistakes, misses the mark, but attempts to correct itself over time. You see the difference? When we recognize that we're fallible and that we're, essentially alone in the universe, we're not, but insofar as our own mind sees our own conscience and our ego and id and all the rest of it, we realize we're capable of ignorance, injustice, malevolence, evil. And the reasonable, rational, soulful person will try to improve their conduct over time through interaction, through self-reflection, etc. That's good. It's good to work on being the best a person can be, right? Obviously. Evil resides where we think that by acting in accordance with some dictate, some edict, some group compulsion that we can do no wrong, right? That's evil. Hitler was evil because he saw a whole group of people that were not people to him. Homosexuals, gypsies, Jews, right? To Hitler, those were not people. They did not have the same personhood that he must have thought that he did. Any genocide is committed by a group towards the out group. My contention is individualism, one of the foundational ideas of the West, is exactly the antithesis of group identity politics. And that is why I think the course of the radical left, and the radical left, if you want to call the radical left ethno-nationalists or what have you, but specifically the radical left, the radical right being ethno-nationalists, the radical left in terms of woke and talking about sex, sexuality, race, color, creed, ethnic origin, right, national origin, as being primary to the individual, that is so bad because it moves us towards group punishment and group benefit, which is a slippery slope towards genocide, right? If you're trying to equalize for groups, you equalize down. You don't equalize up. The only way to find equality is equality of opportunity. Certainly not equality of outcome. And equality of opportunity is afforded giving every individual the same starting line. Anyway, that's kind of a rambling explanation of my thoughts about a rousing discussion I had today, and I hope you guys get some value out of that. Love you guys. Thank you for watching.